Chicken jockey!
Hello, and welcome back to another progress report for Orbital Entropy. So you may notice I didn't upload one last week. I was on spring break. Well, class has now resumed, so for this past week, I have been working on the game and have added some new features. Right here you can see the changelog for the game. This is everything that's coming in version 1.2. You're going to notice there's some fixes, some changes, and some new features. And while I've covered some of these before and some of the other progress reports, I guess it's time to show you what I've been working on this week. We're going to notice it automatically plays sound when you start, like any good game should. And we're going to notice that we can just mute it with F1 and unmute with F2. Now these icons do not change up here yet. Honestly, I don't think it matters too much if they don't change. I feel if you want to instantly mute the game, you're probably going to be in a level, so it might not really matter. For me, I did this because when I work on the game, I like to watch YouTube or something else, and I just don't want to hear the game sound with the video sound. Sometimes it's not that bad, but if it's a quiet video and I have to have my volume up, I'd rather be hearing the video and not the game. So that's that. You can instantly mute the game. There's also a button. You press F3. It's going to bring up some of the stats for the game right here. So we're going to see we're in Orbital Entropy version 1.2. It's going to tell us our config we're running. So we're in the developer config. It's going to give you the game speed. So the game runs at 50 frames per second. I like to use the word ticks for that. So 60 ticks per second. Essentially what happens is GameMaker, the set speed for GameMaker is 60 times in 1 second. It's going to update everything in the game. So like your step event. So planets would update 60 times a second, like in a level, for example. So we launched the Earth. It's updating it 60 times per second. Now it's also going to show you the uptime of the game. So we've been running for almost 2 minutes right now. So it's going to be close to 120 seconds. We're also going to see the raw FPS value right here. And now on my system, this never really dips below 2000. So the game runs pretty well. Another change to note is that the toggle shaders key used to be F8. And I never really specified that anywhere in the game, but we're going to check the controls menu in just a few moments, but you can press F4 now to toggle the shaders for the game. And once again with this uptime, if I go ahead and quit the game and start it up again, let's mute, press F3, we're going to see that our uptime is now completely different. We've just started the game and it's going to count up our uptime. We'll see resolution right here. We'll see the instance count, so how many instances are loaded in the room. If we go into a menu, we're going to see this number is going to change a little bit. We're also going to see there's no planet in the room, so it's not going to give us any planet information. It's also going to give us information about the mouse, so where it is in the room and where it is on the screen. Now, I've also updated, the menus of the game. The buttons and the actual menu border have new looks. I feel this is a lot more like clean, and I feel the transparency, especially in buttons, helps out in the map editor. Let's go ahead and first look at some levels. So in the last progress report, I had 26 levels. There's this right here, but it was pretty much just a copy of level 26 since I hadn't done anything with it. So we can see that I have updated these levels a little bit. We'll just give you a quick preview of what they may look like. They still involve the asteroid launchers. Here's this one. Got to figure that one out. And here's 31. This is the last one. We're going to see right here that the planet information is now filled in our F3 menu. So it's going to tell us the position of our planet and what it's orbiting. Let's go ahead and launch this. Yeah, we're going to see the position changes like it should. And we just got obliterated. Let's go back to the main menu and let's go into the map editor because there's a few changes in there. So I had mentioned before that I wasn't exactly too sure how I was going to let you edit the interval and launch speed of the wormhole launcher. I mean the asteroid launcher, sorry. I had discussed, maybe taking a keyboard input, maybe having buttons down here, but then I decided, why don't I go back to where I was experimenting and just have it in a menu. So that's what I did. You can now change the interval and the launch speed in a menu. These are capped pretty much, so the launch speed can be as slow as 0.5 and as fast as 5. Let's set it to 5 just to show you that. And the interval can go from 1 second all the way to 10 seconds. I feel you wouldn't want to go over 10 and you wouldn't want to go over 5 with the speed. Now I have a map right here where it's a 4 and a 5 right here. So every 4 seconds it's going to launch a fast asteroid. There we go. Let's see if we can play this level and not get hit. Yeah, with it moving at that speed and launching every so often, pretty easy. I've also updated the example map for the game. What's included with the game. You can see it right over here. Some included files. So before I had example map 101 and a color test. The color test was just showing that, hey, color can be changed, but not in the map editor. But of course, as of last week, as of the last progress report, we know that's no longer true. So both the example map and the color test I felt were outdated. So I wanted to make an example map that shows pretty much everything you can do with the map editor. So this is it right here. We're going to see we have a lime green Mars. We're going to have an asteroid launcher. And we have a sun right here. And a asteroid. Now there isn't any moving components to this map. I figure I'm going to update the map editor tutorial, and so maybe I'll do something with that in there. But for this example map, it's just something very simple. Something you can look at, something you can play, and sort of get an idea. Oh, this is what you can do with the map editor. So we just saw this little orange asteroid up here. I think it's actually entropy orange. So we just see it float up here. And we can go ahead and just play the level if you want, but again, you don't really have to. It's just an example map to show you this is what you can do with the map editor. Let's go back to the map editor and open up a map called Sound Test right here. So we have these two suns and we have Mars right here. Let's go ahead and play the map, and let's launch Mars like up here. Little technical difficulties. Let's launch Mars up here. And we'll notice that it kept beeping. Let's go to, let's say, level 11. Because level 11 is very similar. If we launch Mars now, you're going to notice there's no sound. It's constantly switching orbits between these suns, but it's not going to play any sound. That is because there's a stat for planets called do sound. And by default, the map editor has this enabled. Let's go ahead, edit the object, toggle do sound, and save. Now the sound will be off, and if we play this custom map, you're going to notice no more beeps, no more sound. So that is pretty much all I have to really showcase for this progress report. Now, let me show you this. We got a little ship in the load map screen. The load map screen would also load levels. I overlooked this. It would load levels that shouldn't be loaded. So, we had a map that I showcased last progress report. It had a level format of 2, and the current level format is 1 for this version of the game. Yeah, it would still load that. It would still load that map, and it would crash because it's not really supposed to. Actually, maybe it wouldn't crash. I think I handled it so where it wouldn't crash, but it's a newer map, essentially, as the way the current version of the game sees it, and so it was like, alright, let's not load this. We don't want to load any new maps, so we don't want to mess up anything that anyone had. So that was one of the changes I made. It was more technical than anything. And I added this nice little ship in here. It's just going to slowly float up and down. And I feel it's a nice little addition to the load map screen since it's usually nothing. So that's going to do it for this progress report on orbital entropy. If you liked the video, leave a like, help it out in the algorithm. Leave a comment if you have anything to say or any suggestions. And I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching.
Chicken jockey!